フルカウンター
Alright, so with the release of the second global anniversary, we got quite a few updates with Diane, the new boss, and even a new update towards the training cave. But one update that outshined even the new festival, even the whole anniversary itself, was chapter 22.5. We got to see 3 potential new characters, with one being Arbus, which to be fair could actually come out this week on JP, and then 2 new bosses, which was Winged Esterosa. I'm not too sure what you want to call this one, but he's in-game, he's a different actual ultimate, so this would be a new name Esterosa if he was to be an actual character. But I can definitely see this just being a story character because, well, the next character we did get is confirmed to be coming at one point in the future. It's Holy War Esterosa. This guy, lads, I said in my last video, Unreal Animations, I didn't really care too much about him. I didn't believe in the hype of Esterosa, but seeing him in game and seeing his animations, these possibly could be one of the best animations for any character we've gotten so far. Like the actual scream he does with this cutscene right here looks insane, even for a single target attack. The next skill is an AoE. I don't know what's gonna do, but you can imagine this is gonna annihilate anyone in the field. And also the ultimate even shocked me, even though this is a story mode character, he'd even be more broken. This guy still annihilated my whole team. So yes, this guy's gonna be broken. But seeing these characters in game actually brought out the hype back of wanting a new story chapter to see what we do get, to see how Netmarble does adapt the actual anime and manga. And I know most of us nowadays don't really care too much about the actual story. We kind of skip it like we're doing a Grand Cross speedrun, trying to get the fastest clear time, like sipping on cutscene dialogue to get the 33 diamonds. But the recent chapter's been quite hype. But seeing these new characters, the characters that have been wanted for so long in the game, characters that I didn't even think were gonna come to the game because it's now been 2 years. It's been a long journey up until this point. So what I did was I went back and I did the impossible, lads. I went back and I watched season 3 and season 4 of 7 Days Sins. Or less is up to the point where we are right now in Grand Cross story mode. So today basically I'm going to break down what we could be seeing next chapter and the potential units that we're going to see animated in Grand Cross and could be potential bosses where we could see a new move. Now, not gonna lie, lads, I do believe we are about to get peak Grand Cross. We're headed into season 4, and the characters we'll be able to get in, I don't know how Netmarble's going to do it. All these characters I'm going to mention that appear in next chapter do feel like festival units. Like how we saw Traitor and many others who came basically a year later when he first hit in story mode. Maybe some of them might not be actual festival units. They might just be normal part 3 units, or part 4 actually, because now we're heading into season 4. Who knows, but let's just break it down, and let's start off with where we actually left off in Grand Cross story mode. So the story chapter does end off with basically King, Sabre, and Tamio leaving to follow Deverary to chase after Elizabeth, while Diane, Hauser, and Gopher and Hawk do stay behind, and that's literally where it ends off at. So in terms of anime, there's about a minute worth of content left at the end of episode 24 season 3, where you see basically Purgatory Barn for the first time. This would be a massive hype moment, but to be fair, no one really cares now, because if anything, people hate Purgatory Barn now.
How? How did they think that was okay to even put it in the game? I'm so sick of this fucking company. The trash! Fix the game!
The next one is of Escanor, Merlin, and Luducia going back into the Black Ball of Darkness, and this kicks off the new season. Now, going into the new season, there's 3 main plot points at the episode 1. Now, Netmarble typically likes to focus on 1 plot point per chapter, so we're not going to get all 3 of them, so we're going to focus on one of them here. But the 3 plot points are Saria, Tamio, and King meeting up with Esterosa again, seen for the first time. The next one is of Zeldris, Cusack, and Chandler versus Merlin, Escanor, and Luducia. And the last one is of Barn trying to find Meliodas. So I'm not going to lie, I think the best option they're going to go towards will be option 2, which is Zeldris, Cusack, and Chandler, because Purgatory Barn is a little bit towards the end of the episode, so I think that is out of question. And then plot 1 is very, very short. All you see is basically them arrive towards Esterosa, and you do get to see this new form, which could be an actual story boss, which is going to be sick to see him in game. But then that's it, and we don't see the story plot again till basically episode 4, when we find out he's Mael. So what I think they're going to do is focus more or less on the actual fight between Zeldris, Cusack, and Chandler versus obviously Luducia, Escanor, and Merlin, and this is what we're going to focus on. But going back to plot 1, there is one character if we do get this really short segment, which it can still include because we don't see it for like another, like I guess like 5-6 chapters because it's quite far in the future. But we do get to see Derriere with her wings, which could be a new playable character. I do think we see her, at least a new Derriere in the story chapter a while ago, so we could very well get this Derriere. But I digress, and we're going to go back to the main plot point, which is going to be this scene right here. So we're finally finally going to get to see this scene animated. I cannot wait. So this scene right here has basically 6 characters, which I think could all be festival units, and probably will be all festival units. So firstly, we get to see the first look at Demon Cusack. Obviously, we've already seen Chandler, and I still believe these 2 characters will be festivals because they skipped, obviously, Demon Chandler, and I still believe will be a festival unit. They are hype characters and worthy of being a festival unit. We obviously do get to see Zeldris, which will be a festival, but not this chapter. He hasn't done Ominous Nebula Zeldris just yet, but then again, thinking back to Final Boss Zeldris, he did, I believe, do the move with his, which is Ominous Nebula Zeldris, or at least the actual artwork was based on him. So I'm not too sure what they do here. Maybe he's a festival, maybe he's not. But this Zeldris does deserve to be a festival unit more than the actual festival Zeldris that we actually got in game right now. But going over to the other side, there are 3 characters that I think could be festivals. So starting off with the DCL, we already have her in the game, but we did get to see Ragnarok Mediotis release, and he was a 600 diamond banner, despite him having the same ultimate move as Lost Fane. So I think what he could possibly do here later on, not now, but later on, if release a 600 diamond banner with the DCL, with the same ultimate as the festival one, but have different moves, because during this fight, she does do a lot of different stuff, and I think they could release some more characters of her, because she does do quite a lot in this actual coming fight. So going over to Escanor, we do get to see the new outfit, which you've seen already in game, which you can see on screen right now, and it does look really, really good. But I do believe this would be the blue Escanor that we've been missing for so long. When Escanor came out, the green one, they got a red one very soon afterwards, and then since then we haven't got a new Escanor, apart from the one, of course, which is a little bit strange, right? They only have 3 Escanors in the game. We already have like 90 Yans. So I think it's likely they'll be saving the blue one for this character right here, which was leaked, by the way. We did get to see on the beta app that they are working on Escanor, which was a very long time ago. So I think timeline-wise, it makes sense to get blue Escanor here. And hopefully a buff too, because yeah, Escanor stats aren't too great. And then finally, I think will be a festival unit I cannot wait to see is Merlin. Now, obviously, we have Festival Merlin in the game, but it is her lolly version. Obviously, the main Merlin in the whole series would deserve to get an actual grown Merlin as an actual festival unit. And Merlin pops off in this fight. I mean, even in episode 1, she does a lot of moves already. We had double impact, and this move right here, which I'm not too sure what they're going to call, but it's so sick. And I cannot wait to see this one animated, man. I hope they give that her as an actual move, or maybe even the ultimate. Because if we get the right cinematic for this in PvP, this is like thumbnail worthy. It's gonna look so cool in game. But lads, that is kind of it. That's going to wrap up the chapter of 23. I think they could do chapter 23.5 and maybe throw in a bit of King, maybe throw in a bit of Purgatory Barn to wrap up that actual full chapter. But even though the anime fight wasn't that long, about 5 minutes worth of content, obviously Netmarble is going to long out a little bit more because there'll be boss fights, you got like text dialogue, it'll be a lot quicker. So Netmarble should be able to fit most of it in this newest chapter. And I cannot wait, man. I do believe this is peak Grand Cross. Next chapters, or the coming chapters, we're going to get Ominous Nebula Zeldris, we're going to get the reveal of Mael, we're going to basically get the Demon King, we're going to actually verse the Demon King. And honestly, until I guess the game ends, we're going to be covering the chapters on this channel because I want to see them actually animated, because obviously you know how it is. The anime didn't do that great of a job animating it, so Grand Cross is where it's at, and I want to experience it obviously with you lot. So boys, let me know what you're most excited for. Honestly, I cannot wait to see them in game, but hopefully we do get to see some new animations, new cutscenes, because if we are going to get to play as this Merlin right now on screen, then we might get a little bit of a look at her actual next festival unit. Who knows, man? But Netmarble has been treating us with the new story chapters. So boys, thank you for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this style of video. It's a little bit different to the way I normally do it. I spent basically all day editing this, and hopefully you do enjoy it. Let me know who you're looking forward to the most, and yeah, peace.